I think the presidency clearly requires someone with independence of mind, and we have to clearly distinguish that from simplistic notions of independence based on past affiliation, whether it's to the PAP or to the establishment or to other political parties. We have to make that very clear distinction. Whoever is sworn in as the president is elected because of the mandate of the people and has to be faithful to that mandate. So past affiliations do sometimes create excessive loyalty, even slavish loyalty on the part of some people. These are the foot soldiers in history. They exist in every society. They come out of governments, they come out of political parties, they come out of the private sector. People who just slavishly follow their former colleagues or bosses. Those are the foot soldiers. We're talking here about a presidency, about a leader, and we have to think about leadership characteristics without thinking that someone is simply a function of past affiliations. Now, everyone knows me. My life is an open book. From my youth all the way through, people know what I've been like. Everyone, even in the opposition, knows that I'm non-partisan by character, and I have absolutely no regrets of having served in the PAP government for the last 22 plus years. On the ground, working with people nationally in helping to shift our policies in a direction which I felt was right, and internationally. I have no regrets at all. But I don't think anyone seriously doubts my independence of mind. It may be a useful opportunistic argument, but I would say it is not just simplistic, but honestly unwise for the long term, because you end up weakening the system if you have to rule out everyone with past affiliations. I, more than anyone else, would insist that whoever takes on that role needs to have independence of mind as manifest in all their interactions over time, as manifest in their track record. Do not assume that a minister in a previous cabinet is going to be less independent than a senior public official or anyone else. The president should never outshine the prime minister, whoever it is. The president is not an alternative power center, and he has to be very clear about that. You're not there to be an alternative center of political power and influence. If you wanted to be, you should stand for elections. It's as simple as that. With DPM Lawrence Wong, I'm convinced Lawrence will come into his own, with his own style, sometimes guitar in hand. I'm convinced he'll come into his own. He has a very different style. I know him well. I think he has what it takes. And he has a team that will gel, and over time, of course, will be fortified with others. But it'll be a strong 4G team, made for the times. I know my role. I've known my role for years, and in fact, when I was in government in the last several years, I have focused on the role of grooming the fourth generation, working with them, learning together, and I felt that's a useful role that I played, apart from, of course, my participation with my senior colleagues. I know the role of the presidency. It is to add confidence and optimism in the Singapore system. That's my role, not to become a standout. I'm very clear about that, by the way. I'm someone with a track record of a belief and practice of multiculturalism. And I'm someone now, as a result of having been in politics, with a distinctive track record internationally of leading various councils. So Singaporeans, I think, are quite fair-minded. They look at your whole range of capabilities and track record. Race will never be absent in politics anywhere in the world. It was an issue Barack Obama overcame in his first presidency. It became much more of an issue in his second term, as he himself spoke about later, very frankly. It's never absent from politics anywhere, but it is not the only factor. It's not the only factor. Your capabilities, the trust you've earned with people, your outreach, your rapport, and just your track record.